Inside the great house at Collinwood, a seance has been held in an effort to establish contact with the supernatural. But at this moment, life for the 6 members of the seance has suddenly come to a standstill. For one of their number has mysteriously disappeared and been transported back through time and space. Victoria Winters has begun a terrifying journey into the past.
What's happening to me? How did I get out here? It's the old house. But there's something different about it. What has Barnabas done to it? It looks almost new.
Barnabas, I'm so glad to see you. I don't know what's happened. I guess I got lost in the woods.
Forgive me, young lady, but I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting before.
What are you talking about, Barnabas?
You know my name.
Of course I do. Are you teasing me?
I'm afraid you must forgive me, miss. If we have met before, I'm sorry to say I don't remember it.
I don't know what kind of a game you're playing, Barnabas, but I'm Victoria Winters and you know it.
I'm not playing a game. The fact is, I've never seen you before in my life.
Why don't you recognize me?
Because I've never seen you before.
But you have, hundreds of times.
Are you quite sure you're feeling all right?
I feel fine.
You said that you were lost in the woods. Do you live around here? In Collinsport, perhaps?
Why are you dressed that way?
It's the way I always dress. As a matter of fact, the clothes you're wearing are rather odd, to say the least.
These are just ordinary street clothes.
Barnabas!
Sarah, why are you still up? I thought I tucked you in for your nap.
But you said you weren't going to go out of the house.
Now, Sarah, you're a very naughty little girl. I said I was just going out for a short while, but then I met this young lady outside.
It's her!
Who?
My new governess.
Is that who you are?
I don't know what either of you are talking about.
It is, Barnabas, it is!
Now, Sarah, you'd have no idea what your governess looks like because you've never met her before.
But I drew a picture of her the other day, and it's her. May I take her to her room?
No, now, you run along inside, dear.
Do I have to?
Yes, and I'll be along in a few minutes.
What's your name?
Vicky.
Vicky? I never heard of a name like that.
Well, it's really Victoria Winters.
Victoria? That's a pretty name.
Now, Sarah, you must go and take your nap.
All right. Au revoir, Miss Winters. That's French. I'm learning it for the wedding. I'm going to be a flower girl.
Sarah.
All right.
Is that Sarah Collins?
Yes, of course.
And she lives here.
She's never lived anywhere else.
What's happened to me?
Miss Winters, if you don't know where you are, perhaps you could tell me where you've been or where you're from.
Why do you have to keep talking to me as though I'm a total stranger?
Because you are.
No. How How would I have known your name when I saw you?
I'm sure I don't know.
Because I know you. Now, why must you keep pretending that you don't know me?
I'm not pretending. I consider it my loss that we'd never met before, but we haven't.
Something happened during the seance. Something unnatural.
The seance? What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? We were all sitting around the table. You and me and Roger and Mrs. Stoddard.
Roger? I don't know anyone by the name of Roger or Mrs. Stoddard.
But you must. They're your cousins.
Now listen to me, Miss Winters. I'm going to take you inside, and I want you to lie down until you recover.
I don't want to lie down. I just want to know what's wrong and what I'm doing here.
Miss Winters, are you a governess or are you not?
Yes, I am. But
Well, then I suggest that you get hold of yourself before my mother comes back. Now, you come with me.
don't you remember? We were sitting around the table in the drawing room of Collinwood.
Collinwood?
Yes.
You...
Why are you looking at me that way?
You've been in Collinwood?
Well, of course, I live there.
Here in this house?
No, in the house on the hill.
I don't know what you're talking about. No one has lived there yet. The building is still under construction.
Collinwood not finished? But that doesn't make any sense because I live there.
Now, Miss Winters, let me take you to your room. Perhaps if you have a rest, you'll feel better.
Perhaps I will.
What's wrong?
This room, what have you done to it? It's all different. All the furniture has changed. Nothing is where it was before.
Now, let me take you to your room now. Where are your belongings?
What?
You have no luggage with you?
No, of course not.
You mean to say that your belongings consist entirely of the book you've been carrying?
Look. It's a family history. But I don't know how I got it. I don't know how I got here.
But you do know where you are.
Yes. No. I'm not sure of anything.
You are a very strange young lady.
This is all like being in a nightmare.
Oh, please now, Miss Winters. The Collins name is not the most popular name, perhaps, in the province of Maine, but I don't think anyone's ever referred to us as being nightmarish.
Province of Maine?
Now, why don't you lie down and try to relax? I'm sure after you've had a rest, your memory will come back. I'll have my mother come up and see you. I'm sure she'll know what to do.
I must be having a dream. Nothing else makes any sense. The way Barnabas was dressed, and the way he talked to Sarah, as if she was alive. It can't be real. It has to be a dream.
Please do.
You won't tell anyone I was here, will you? I'm supposed to be in bed.
No, I promise I won't tell anyone. Are you really Sarah Collins?
What a funny question. Of course I'm Sarah. Who else could I be?
I don't know. But then I don't know much of anything right now.
You sound as though you're talking in riddles.
I feel as though I'm living in a riddle. Suddenly, everything around me has changed, but I stayed the same. I don't know why it happened or what made it happen, and that's why I'm so frightened.
Don't be frightened. You're going to like it here, and we're going to be good friends.
Sarah, I'm not your new governess. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I got here.
But you are my new governess. I drew a picture of you. See?
Oh. No, it has to be a dream. It's too unbelievable.
I have to go now. I think I hear my mother. Don't tell her I was here.
Joe! Not you too.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, never mind. I'm just so glad to see you. Joe, I'm so glad to see you. I don't want to talk about it now, but please, just take me back to Collinwood.
My, aren't you a pretty one?
Please, Joe, I'm serious.
Look, I don't know who Joe is, but if that's who you want me to be, it'll be my pleasure.
Don't know who Joe is. You're dressed just like the rest of them.
Well, you, if you'll forgive me, are hardly dressed at all.
Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to play a joke on me. Is that it?
Oh, no, I never play jokes on pretty young ladies.
Please, I've had enough of it. It's not funny.
Who are you, anyway?
You know very well who I am.
Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't very proper of me, was it? I should have introduced myself first. Nathan Forbes, Lieutenant, United States Navy. At your service.
Nathan
Now,
Forbes.
don't tell me your name. Let me try to guess who you might be. Yes, you could be a Collins. There is a slight family resemblance. Oh, I have it. Your cousin Millicent. You've come down from Boston for the wedding, right or wrong?
Wedding?
Oh, if you don't know about the wedding, then you can't be cousin Millicent. Let me try again.
What wedding are you talking about?
Barnabas Collins is getting married 1 month from today
Barnabas is getting married.
to a very beautiful, and I might add, very rich young lady named Josette Dupre.
Is marrying Barnabas?
Yes? You know her?
Well, we all know about Josette.
Well, I don't. But I'll let you tell me all about her right after you tell me your own name.
Joe, please, it's Vicky. Can't you stop this nonsense?
Look, little nonsense never hurt anyone.
Please stop it, Joe.
I wish you'd stop calling me Joe. My name is Nathan. You know, there isn't a soul in the house except for you and me and the servants. They won't bother us.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, absolutely nothing. I happen to admire pretty women.
And you happen to be engaged to my best friend.
Well, I've been fought off by the ladies in some strange ways, but that may be the strangest. Now, who, may I ask, is your best friend?
You know that perfectly well. It's Maggie Evans.
Maggie? Well, that's a nice name. I once knew a scullery maid named Maggie Stewart. She was a trifle on the plump side, but she knew the way to a man's heart. Why don't we sit down?
No, you please stop and leave me alone.
Ah, healthy spirit makes the pursuit worthwhile. You have a lot of spirit, Vicky. I like that.
I told you once and for all to leave me alone.
Yes, I guess you did.
This is insane. I don't know why I'm here or why I got here. If it's a dream, why can't I wake up? If it's not, then what is it? What is it? Can't you tell me what it is? Why doesn't anybody know me?
Good evening. I'm Mrs. Collins. You must be the new governess.
You're not Mrs. Stoddard.
Who is Mrs. Stoddard?
I must be going mad.
Do you feel ill?
I don't know what I feel.
Well, come over here and sit down. I'll have Dr. Thornton come and see you tomorrow.
Yes, maybe a doctor's what I need.
Was the trip very difficult for you?
Trip?
Well, you did come by carriage, didn't you?
I don't know.
Did something happen to you on the way up from Boston?
I was in Boston a few days ago with David.
David?
Yes. We took a bus there and we flew back.
Nathan, the child must have some kind of fever. Now, you just sit here and rest. Dr. Thornton will find out what's troubling you. Nathan, did you bring the wedding invitation?
Yes, they're on the desk here, Mrs. Collins.
Very good of you to bring them in from town.
It was my pleasure.
Oh, they're quite attractive, aren't they?
Yes, Mr. Hutchins does very good work.
Nathan, would you please read it aloud? I'd like to see how it hear how it sounds.
Very well. Mr. and Mrs. Joshua Collins request the pleasure of your company on the 20th day of December in the year of our Lord, 1795.
That's impossible.
Did you say something, child? Go on reading, Nathan.
In the year of our Lord, 1795, at the wedding of their son, Mr. Barnabas Collins and Miss Josette Dupre, to be held on the Collins estate.
Barnabas and Josette. Now I know I'm dreaming. I have to be dreaming. Josette married Jeremiah, not Barnabas. It's in all the family history books. I've been having a dream. Now let me wake up. Please let me wake up.
Child, what is the matter with you?
Nothing.
Nathan, I think we should get her up to her room. She obviously doesn't feel well.
Mother.
Barnabas, Nathan brought the wedding invitations from town. I want you to see them.
I'll look at them later. I'm afraid I have some rather disturbing news for you.
What's wrong?
There's been a terrible accident
What kind of an accident? Where?
on the road to Collinsport. The carriage bringing Sarah's new governess overturned. 3 people were killed, and the governess was reported to be missing.
Poor child. No wonder you've been behaving so strangely. We must get you right up to bed.
Wait a moment, Mother. Miss Winters, why didn't you tell me about the accident when I met you outside?
Miss Winters? This young lady's name is Wick. Miss Phyllis Wick.
Are you sure?
Well, of course I'm sure. That's the name on the references that were sent to me.
When I met her outside, she introduced herself as Victoria Winters.
Young lady, I think you'd better explain who you are and what you're doing here.